Senator Lynn Lemon, you were speaking of the Constitution, and one of my concerns has been one of the things I think has helped our country is the check between the legislative body and the administration and the Justice Department, or the Supreme Court. One of my concerns has been the illegal appointment of judges when the Senate has actually been in session, or the appointment of czars that seem to have vast authority. And I guess I'm just wondering, what progress are we making on that? Somehow we've got to challenge that so that we don't have an administration that just thinks they can avoid following the Constitution as it relates to appointments.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Lynn. I've been very concerned about this. On January 4th of this year, President Obama nominated 3 people to the National Labor Relations Board and 1 person to head the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, using what's known as the recess appointment power. The recess appointments clause of the Constitution gives the President authority to appoint people to positions that would otherwise require Senate confirmation during periods of time in which the Senate is in recess. Now, the definition of recess has been fairly well established for a very long time now. It's long been regarded as an irrefutable truth that if the Senate has held a session within 72 hours of whenever the question arises, that by itself creates kind of a safe harbor in which the President can't exercise the recess appointment power. Usually, historically, it's been regarded as something that has to be a much longer recess than that. If it's an intra-session recess appointment within one Congress. The problem with the fact that the President exercised the recess appointment power on January 4th, 2012, is that the Senate had just convened in its first formal session of the second session of the 112th Congress, 24 hours earlier, on January 3rd, 2012. The President issued a 23-page single-space legal memorandum explaining the basis of his opinion. His opinion, as I read it, said in effect, I don't think that January 3rd session was sufficiently significant. It was a formality. And even though the Senate regards itself as being in session and not in recess, I don't regard that as significant, therefore I'm bypassing it, therefore I'm making these recess appointments as recess appointments, even though the Senate says we're not in session. This is hugely constitutionally problematic. This is not just that, it's unconstitutional. We are going to win this issue in court. There are multiple court challenges that have been brought. There are others that will be filed. All 47 Republican senators, I think, will be filing and signing an amicus curiae brief, a friend of the court brief, saying we think this is unconstitutional. I think it requires us to do even more than that, personally, because the President took something from us when he did that. That power didn't belong to him. That power belongs to 300 million Americans, and it's supposed to be exercised through their 100 elected representatives in the United States Senate. It's not his to take. There's a reason why we have a night watchman. The night watchman is there to make sure that people don't take things that don't belong to them. So in order to draw more attention to this, and in order to show this President that these actions are not without consequence, regardless of what happens in court, I, as a member of the Judiciary Committee, and even though I have voted for a lot of the President's nominees to the courts with whom I have significant ideological disagreements, I haven't been doing that lately. I've been voting systematically against his appointees to the judiciary. Now, not everybody loves the fact that I'm doing that. I understand that it's not always going to be popular. But when our President takes something that belongs to us, when he violates his oath to the Constitution, I would view it as a betrayal of my oath to the Constitution not to do something about it.
Hi.